Alright, what is going on, guys? Just Save here. Today I am back for a different type of video. So I stayed up literally all night, and yeah, that wasn't the greatest idea. But with that being said, I have came across a lot of things right now, and one of the things I've actually came across was a new game called Raw. A lot of you guys, or most likely probably 99.9% of you guys, have not heard of Raw, unless you guys are clicking on this video to overall hear my opinions and everything else on this game. Now, I have a lot of opinions as far as this game goes, but I overall think this game is gonna go all sorts of ways. But right now, I just want to show you guys, just really quickly, I do have their description box and everything else, and their Kickstarter money and what they're at currently, and everything else like that. I have all that down, all that ready for you guys. So yeah, so honestly, I'm just gonna go read it really quick, and it should show on screen. This game is an island game, vegetation, governor, all that shit right there. It just showed everything right on screen. And so I will get into more depth with that in a second. But overall, they needed to start the Kickstarter, and throughout the Kickstarter, they needed, I think, $75,000, and I believe they're at $100,000. So, and I'll just show you the screenshot right here of their Kickstarter as well. So overall, yeah, they've raised $101,000, and if you guys don't know, and I'm going to quickly read it here, the very few people that did not want to pause the video or was too lazy to, I understand that. Now, very quickly, the game begins on an island where there's nothing but vegetation. Players need to choose a governor. The governor must found the city and begin its development. Players do not have housing, transport, and other property. There are no shops, no roads, no gas stations, no police station, no hospitals, etc. The game begins in a raw form, including the name Raw. Now, this game, I'm sitting here covering a game that I'm probably gonna sit there and say I'm gonna say there's like a 70% chance this game is not going to come out. I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but this game is not going to come out. I am extremely fucking interested into this game, and I can't stress that enough. I'm extremely fucking interested, and I think that this game overall is going to be a banger if it goes out. It's going to be one of the greatest. It's gonna reach the video game billboard, if that's even a fucking thing. It's gonna reach the top sellers if it's a seller. If it's a free-to-play game, it's gonna reach a good amount of downloads. It's going to be one of the greatest games of all time. Now, I'm not sitting here showing off gameplay footage or anything else. I will have the gameplay trailer and a Kickstarter in the description down below, also alongside my Twitch TV and my Instagram as well. But you guys should follow both of those. It is greatly appreciated if you do so. But anywho, yeah, but it's basically just, I feel like it's just going to be a failed project, and it's a bummer to hear that. I mean, they're asking for $75,000, which of course they have surpassed the $75,000 they've asked for. But why such a low budget video game? I'm not sitting here saying that, oh, just save or save, whatever I call you. You can definitely make a better video game. I know you're definitely saying you could. I'm not saying I can, make a better video game. But what I am saying is that, why would you push for such a low budget? I understand that, you don't want to fork everybody's money out, because maybe you're very considerate, and I do appreciate the consideration, but when you're trying to create a banger video game, whether it's pay to play or it's free to play, when you're trying to create that fucking banger video game, and you're literally asking for a minimum of $75,000, that's too low, man. That's too low. And I'm not saying low in the sense of, oh, it's just a dick move. I'm saying low in the sense of, it's low as in it's not a good amount of money. It's unbelievable that you're literally only putting in $75,000 of a budget. How I actually stumbled across this game was because Shroud, I watched a video of, like a 6-minute video of him reacting to the trailer and giving his inputs, and literally not just his inputs, but multiple YouTubers who, weren't really the most popular but had a couple thousand views on their videos. But with that being said, honestly, I think that this game, this concept that they have for this game is amazing. I love the concept. If the game comes out on PS4, or if I have, at the time I have a PC and it's not that much money, and or if it's even free to play, I would love it to be free to play. I think it would gain a little more success if it's free to play from the launch. I will definitely be investing some time into playing that game because it's a very interesting concept. I just hope to God that there's many of you guys who are interested into the same thing as I am. And of course, they're not a big company, you know. They're not, by saying big company, you know, the name of the company overall is called Killer Whale Games. They're a German company that no one fucking heard of. No one has ever heard this name. You know, there's probably been like knockoff companies out there, but they're the legit trademark Killer Whale Games. They're actually trademarked as the company Killer Whale Games. So, with that being said, I mean, it's pretty outstanding just to think that this company, a company who no one heard of until June 17, 2019, is going out here asking for $75,000, and that's it, which they've surpassed that by $26,000. But they're asking for $75,000 as a minimum, and they are, you know, just coming out here and trying to produce this video game, and they're trying to, you know, do something different. It's an open world video game. It's not just your standard open world video game, of course, as they're saying. It's not your standard open world video game, but I'm pretty certain it's your standard open world video game. They're not looking for it to be your standard open world video game, but they're trying to make it be like a, I guess, a kind of a combat game, but they're also trying to make it more of a team multiplayer open world video game, which it's not going to happen, man. Any game that's open world, everybody will find a chance to find one multiplayer that's online and just literally blow their fucking head off with like a P90 or whatever, or fucking knock them down completely with a sawed-off shotgun. Because when you're playing like GTA and shit like that, even if you're trying to get missions done, literally every 5 seconds you're just gonna be getting shitted on by like 30 different people who aren't even like communicating or anything. They'll just be coming right after you, and that's probably the reason why I don't really play GTA anymore, come to think about it. But you know, it's really not about tasks in open world games. It's really about fucking, you know, beating the shit out of somebody so fucking badly to the point where you literally just fucking make them rage quit and then lose their time on the video game. I mean, they even, I believe they mentioned, I am pretty certain that they mentioned that there is going to be friendly fire enabled, which kind of, you know, that's why I'm getting at this point, because if you're not enable friendly fire onto this game, it's going to be a ridiculous option. I'm saying ridiculous option because, once again, why would you do that when your main objective is to work together as a team, work together as a community, and establish your town and everything else like that, and, you know, do all these sorts of things. You can be whatever you want. You could be a cop, you could be a mayor, you can be a fireman, you could be a paramedic, you could be literally whatever you want. You could literally do whatever the hell you want. You could be a fucking gas station owner if you want to go that low. And you work your way up over time and do everything else. So this game, Raw, is a very, no pun intended, raw concept, meaning in the sense of it's not cooked, it's not done. Like, what do you get out of raw chicken, right? You can't just eat raw chicken. I mean, you could if you want salmonella poisoning. The purpose is you want the raw chicken to be cooked chicken. And to have it cooked, you have to go places in life. So, Raw is, my opinion right here and right now, is Raw is overall speaking for the game as a whole. It's a raw game. It's an unfinished game. It's gonna be a raw game its whole entire career. Or not, I wouldn't really say necessarily career, but it's gonna be a raw sort of game for the remainder of its course. It's not going to get finished. There's probably going to be a few more months of them trying, and they're probably going to establish everything that they could, but they can't do much. The game isn't being picked up by massive media. It's being picked up by maybe 1 or 2 big Twitch streamers, but that's not even them uploading it themselves. That's them probably watching the 5-minute trailer we're talking about it for 4 or 5 minutes, and then overall that's the end of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not exactly a mainstream game, and I would love this game to go mainstream. I would suggest Killer Whale Games to contact, like, you know, Ninja, Nick830, PewDiePie, as many people that they can contact that's pretty big in the community overall for video gaming, and try to see if they can get a sponsorship with them and a talk with them and everything else like that, and help them with their Kickstarters, because it's a Kickstarter video game. When do you guys ever see a Kickstarter video game at least even raise $1,000? Never mind 100,000, which 100,000 is a phenomenal amount, but that's not going to get them the game that they want. Also, to mention, they even have like somewhat non-finalized game footage, and it's fucking horrendous. Like, you know, for non-finalized game footage, you at least want, you know, something somewhat kind of decent. But it looks like a shitty PlayStation 1 game, and they even put, like, the first thing they put down in the fucking non-finalized game footage was that they had no mirrors on the side of the car because it's not finalized and they can't do it. They can't animate it. That's upsetting. Something so simple as the mirrors in a car. You know what I mean, guys? Overall, my opinions on this game is I have the unfortunate feeling that this game will not be going anywhere as far as, you know, mainstream media, or not even overall. I don't think this game's going to go very far. I don't think it's going to launch. I don't even think it's going to surpass $250,000 raised. You at least need about 500 grand just to make the game. Never mind 250 grand to just make the game a little bit smoother. If they can't afford animation, if they can't afford all this other shit, then at the end of the day, what the fuck is the purpose of even launching the game? It's sad to say it, but I feel like this game will never eventually launch. So maybe they can reach out to a larger size company so they can have a co-own, I guess, or a co-investment, or they can reach into more investors. Who knows? I will try to keep you guys updated with this game. I'm not going to constantly upload every 20 minutes saying, well, they've reached $104,000. I'm going to upload when I feel like it's appropriate to. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please, if you guys want, go drop a Kickstarter donation. I wouldn't recommend it since it's not finalized.